What's up guys, Nepenthes here and welcome to a squad builder of what is my ultimate team. Now I'd like to let you guys know that this team is not going to have perfect chemistry and it doesn't make any sense at all. These are just my favourite real life players that I've put into an ultimate team squad and tried to build the best team and best chemistry around. It doesn't get perfect chemistry, but it is very good. So we're going to start with the bench, guys, and on the bench we've got Jamie Reid as the first player. Now the reason why I've got Jamie Reid is because I actually got him in a pack, in a starter pack on my Road to Glory account that I do on a live stream, and he scored some unreal goals for me considering he's rated 41. And I actually ended up talking to him on Twitter and stuff, and he's a real cool guy, and he's just become like one of those people that I follow in real life for reasons that are just due to FIFA. But I absolutely love the guy. I'll leave his Twitter link in the description if you want to go and tell him I sent you to say hi and stuff. And he's an absolute fantastic guy, and hopefully he becomes a superstar in world football, because he's very young still and has got all the opportunities in the world to do so. Oh wow, my controller battery is running out. No, let's charge that in. Right, there we go. The next player we got on the bench, as you can see, is Neymar. An unbelievable skiller, of course. Everyone knows who Neymar is. He's got the techers. He plays in Liga do Brasil still. He's been just one of those players that I've watched for like the last 4 years in Liga do Brasil, because I actually watch a lot of that Liga do Brasil. It's on Channel 5 at like 3 o'clock in the morning. It's pretty cool, and he's just an awesome player. On the bench as well, we've got Franck Ribéry. Been a huge fan of him as well for a long time, since he was in the French league. I don't really watch the German league much, so I don't really know too much about him. But when people say to me who are your all-time favourite players, he's one of those people that comes to mind. Next we've got Cesc Fabregas. Obviously he spent 8 years at Arsenal, and ever since he was like a 16-year-old boy playing his first game in the Community Shield against Manchester United, I've just loved this guy. You know, he's an incredible player, and the amount of everything he gave to Arsenal is just unreal. I know he's at Barcelona now, but he gave his life to Arsenal for 8 years and saved us from many a bad situation, and for that he is just a fantastic player. Ashley Cole as well. This is going to be one that will really confuse a lot of Arsenal fans. A lot of people gave him a lot of shit for leaving Arsenal and joining Chelsea because he wanted to win trophies, and to be perfectly honest, he's actually gone and done that. You know, he gave a lot of his life to Arsenal Football Club, and whilst he was at Arsenal, he was one of my favourite ever Arsenal players. He's one of my favourite all-time Arsenal players, and he's spent a long time in Chelsea putting up with shit and drama in real life and stuff, like his personal stuff, and people really detract about what he does on the field. And in terms of what he does on the field, there's not many better left backs out there than him, and that's spoken true by the fact that he's got 100 caps for England, and he's just in general a phenomenal player, like an all-round all-time great in my eyes. Van Persie again, another ex-Arsenal player, the third one in a row here. The guy's a legend. Even when Bergkamp and Henry were at Arsenal and he was still a young guy trying to make it in the footballing world, I had a lot of love for him. Like, I've always been a huge supporter of Van Persie since he joined Arsenal, and he's another player that gave his absolute everything to Arsenal but wanted to move away in order to win trophies. And you can't fault players for wanting to win things. Like, if you put yourself in their shoes, like for me, I would never leave Arsenal if I played for them, because it's a club I support. But for someone like Van Persie, he's Dutch, you know, he's got a short career, he wants to win things in his career, and it's important for him to move on if he can't do that at the club he's at. And just because he's gone to Manchester United, it doesn't make him any less of an amazing player, and he is one of my all-time favourites as well. And lastly on the bench, guys, we've got Wayne Rooney. Ever since he scored his first goal, which was also against Arsenal, it's ridiculous how many people score amazing goals against Arsenal. He scored his first... No, it was like a 30-yard shot that went in off the crossbar. Yeah, 16-year-old Wayne Rooney went in off the crossbar against David Seaman when he played for Everton. And since that day, he's been touted as one of the best players on the planet. Or like, you know, he had the potential. And he is one of the best players in the world. And a lot of people will dispute that case because he doesn't get as many goals as he should, or doesn't perform on the big stages. But he's a workhorse. He does what he's told on the field. If he gets played at right midfield or left midfield, he doesn't complain about that. He just gets the job done. And that's what you got to love about him. Like, he's not your typical striker. I think he's actually more suited as a cam or a centre forward, but he is a phenomenal player, and he puts in more effort than absolutely anybody on the field. And like, I've got a lot of love for him, probably because he's English and is one of the best players in the world. But so that's my bench, guys. Now we go on to the main team. In goal, let me just put the formation to the 3-4-3 that it is. In goal, we've got, as you could probably guess, because my all-time, oh wow, this FIFA Ultimate Team is broken. So if I were to have any player in the world right now, I would have David Seaman, but of course he's way too old for Ultimate Team. He's never going to be in Ultimate Team, and unless EA put some kind of Legends thing in, he's never going to be there. Yeah, FIFA Ultimate Team Legends would be great, but David Seaman isn't there. So in place of David Seaman, we've got, come on game, Iker Casillas. So he gets a lot of shit as well, to be fair, but he is just an incredible goalkeeper. A lot of people say, you know, the defense saves him at Real Madrid. He's not as good as he should be and stuff, but I think he may already be Spain's all-time most capped player. He'll probably go on to get something like 150 to 200 caps for Spain. That's ridiculous in itself. He is one of the most proven goalkeepers on the planet, and he definitely stands head and shoulders above any other goalkeeper in this game for me. And remember, we're not talking about FIFA playing abilities right here. We're talking about like real-life abilities. The first centre-back we've got, or the first centre-back this is going to show me that we've got, is Sergio Ramos. Once again, like, you know, plays for Real Madrid, but he's got a lot of flair. Like, when he was playing as a right back for Real Madrid, he was one of my favourite players. I'm not too keen on him as a centre back. I think I prefer him as a right back because I used to love seeing him like get forwards and miss hilariously when he shoots and generally be a typical right back. But he's just an awesome player. You know, he's spent many
years at Real Madrid and just proved himself year after year after year.
The next centre back we have got is Thiago Silva. Once again, if I was doing this video 5 years ago, the players that would be in the game would be so much different to now. This would be a completely different team. But there's so many players I'd love to put here that just aren't in the game anymore. But Thiago Silva, again, you know, like everyone pretty much is a fan of Brazil and the national team because their players are just unbelievably good. They play a really slick, sexy style of football, and you love to watch that. And the same is to be said with Thiago Silva. As a centre-back, he's an attacking centre-back. He's a controlling, demanding centre-back. And he's always been a huge favourite of mine ever since I remember like seeing him play in probably Serie A as the first time I saw him play. The third and final centre-back we've got is Giorgio Chiellini. The reason why I haven't chosen full-backs in this game is because I just don't have a right-back that I would say, yeah, I love this guy as a right-back. You guys are probably saying, like, oh my god, where's Dani Alves? But for me, Dani Alves is... he's a winger, you know. He's not a right back. Like, I know he plays in the right back position for Barcelona, but they play such a dominant game that he may as well be a striker for as far as like stats are concerned, because that's kind of where he plays every game. But we've got Chiellini because Chiellini has been one of those players that has been totally unassuming through his career. Like, he's never been one of those players that you look at and you think, oh my god, that guy is an incredible defender. But he's also never one of those players you look at and you think, remember when he fucked that up, or remember when he fucked that up. He's just been such a consistent performer over the years. Obviously, he's won a World Cup as well, and he wins things with Juventus, and they went on that unbeaten season. Was it Juventus went on an unbeaten season? Yeah, they went on an unbeaten season last year. And to be a centre-back in a team that went unbeaten is just world-class sort of behaviour. So at right midfield, guys, we've actually got a left midfielder. Yeah, you can see this. So Nani is my right midfielder here. The reason why I've got him on the right midfield is because when I first started watching Nani, when he used to play for Sporting, was it Sporting? I think it was Sporting. Yeah. When he was young in the Portuguese league, when I first started watching him play, he was a right winger or a right midfielder. And when he first joined Man United, he actually played on the right wing. And when he played today for Man United, he played on the right wing. And Nani was one of those players that I've loved, that I thought he could be as good as Ronaldo. And even when both of them were at the Man United team, like, Ronaldo just got so much extra credit because he was there first and he was the first skiller and the first superstar. But Nani deserves an opportunity, and I think if he ever leaves Man United and goes to a club where they'll play him game in, game out, I think he'll prove himself to be one of the best players on the planet. But I love him anyway because of his flair and because of his... I don't know, just because of his gaming ability, his football ability. The centre midfielder we've got, guys, the first centre midfielder we've got is Ronaldinho. I don't think there'll be many teams on FIFA that you can say, if you have people's all-time greats, I don't think there's many people that wouldn't have Ronaldinho in their team. He's the sort of player, like, I saw him at Wembley a few weeks ago when England played Brazil, and it was one of the highlights of my life to see one of the people that I grew up watching when I was sort of 14, 15, 16, play in front of my eyes, you know, like right in the stadium there. It's the first time I've ever seen him play live, and like I used to watch him back when he was at PSG, when he pretty much invented the Elastico. Like he didn't invent it per se, it's been done before, but he made it like a very popular skill move to do, and he mastered that move and just destroyed people with that move when he used to play for PSG. And it was awesome to see. Like, he's done some of the most incredible things in the world. Like, if you go on YouTube and type in Ronaldinho skill montage, the sort of things you see him do, like there's one clip of him where he plays for Barcelona and he passes the ball off of his back. Like, who has the audacity to do something like that? Only an absolute world-class player can do something like that. And Ronaldinho is definitely one of probably my top 5 all-time favourite players ever, Ronaldinho. The other centre midfielder we've got is an Englishman, David Beckham there. I actually don't want the LA Galaxy when I was looking at the two different ones for chemistry reasons. I want the PSG one. So we've got David Beckham in centre midfield. David Beckham's probably my favourite footballer ever. I love him as a person, as a footballer. I love everything he's tried to do for football, everything he's done for football. I think is just incredible. And his footballing ability through the years, he's proved himself to be just one of the best ambassadors for football, I guess, on the planet. You know, like, so many incredible moments has Beckham created, like the goal he scored against Wimbledon from the halfway line, which pretty much set his career alight. The goal he scored against Greece, the free kick that put England into the Euros in like the 93rd minute. Stuff like that from this guy just makes you, like, I don't know, when I watch those sort of videos back on YouTube, they give me like shivers down my spine, because it's really emotional shit. And like, nobody's done more for football, in my opinion, from what I've read and from what I've seen, than David Beckham. So he definitely gets a spot in the centre of the midfield there. If he had a right midfield card, I'd actually play him on the right midfield, because I prefer him from his Manchester United and Real Madrid days rather than his LA Galaxy and PSG days. But obviously he hasn't got the legs anymore to be a winger, so he has to be a centre midfielder. On the left of midfield, we've got Thierry Henry. Now, I would actually like to play Thierry Henry in the left wing position, but for chemistry reasons alone, he gets in the left midfield position. Thierry Henry is probably my second favourite all-time player behind David Beckham. They're very, very close to each other. Like, I kind of look at Henry and think, yeah, I prefer Henry over Beckham because he used to play for Arsenal, but I look at Beckham and think, yeah, he's English. So, you know, it's really like, if you ask me tomorrow, I'll tell you Henry. If you ask me in a week, I'll tell you Beckham. But the things that Henry did for Arsenal and the things that he's done in his career are just phenomenal. He's one of those players that hasn't won as much as he should have because of his footballing ability. You know, the time he spent at Arsenal, the time he spent not winning trophies, he could easily have been at Barcelona or Real Madrid or AC Milan or Inter Milan, winning everything, you know. And when he did go to Barcelona, I'm not sure if he won the Champions League or not with Barcelona. I don't think he did. I think the couple of years that he spent there, he didn't win the Champions League, but he's done some of the most outrageous things in football. He scored some of the most incredible goals I've ever seen, and in general, his presence in a team and his presence on the field ignites the crowd. You know, when I used to go and watch Arsenal when Henry played for Arsenal, when he touched the ball, it was like the atmosphere in the stadium just changed instantly. And you know, he scored so many incredible goals for Arsenal, and is obviously Arsenal's top goal scorer. And if you didn't know already, guys, I'm an Arsenal fan, which is why I talk about Arsenal with these players more than not. But yeah, so that's him. At right wing, guys, we have got Arjen Robben. Now, I've liked Robben since before he joined Chelsea, before he joined Madrid, when he was playing in the Dutch leagues. I do believe it was for Groningen that he was playing. The reason why I started to love Robben is because I used to play with him in Football Manager. When he was a 16-year-old in Football Manager, he came to be one of the best players in the game by the time he got to 23 or 24. Who knew that he would be that good in real life as well? But he is just a master on the ball. Like, I enjoyed him much, much more when he was playing at Real Madrid. Like I said, I don't really watch the Bundesliga much, so I don't really see too much of him these days. But from what I've seen of him when he played in Holland and when he played in Spain, he's just an incredible player. He's so gifted and so good to watch when he's on the ball. The striker we've got, guys, is Lionel Messi. He's also in my top 5 all-time. In fact, my top 5 all-time players are quite possibly in this team. And we've got Ronaldinho, Beckham, Henry, Lionel Messi there. You know, he sets the world alight. There's no player better than him out there. A lot of people may say, you know, Cristiano Ronaldo is better than Messi. You're entitled to your opinion just as much as I'm entitled to mine. And in my opinion, there's not a better player that has ever graced this planet than Lionel Messi. To score 91 goals in a calendar year, to win the Ballon d'Or so consistently, and just to carry a team just so much is just unreal. You know, you might say, oh, he can't do it without the midfielder behind him. That's nonsense, because if you can replace the midfielders. Don't get me wrong, Xavi and Iniesta are unbelievable players, but you've got Fabregas, you've got Sergio Busquets, you've got Xabi Alonso. You know, like there are other passers of the ball. There are other passers, other people that can pick out those passes. Like, you could put Santi Cazorla in that team. You could put Jack Wilshere in that Barcelona team, and they will give Messi the exact same service that Xavi and Iniesta give him. And for that reason, like, he'll go and spend the next 10 years breaking records. And I guarantee you, in 50 years or 100 years, there won't be a better player than Lionel Messi. Like, I can't guarantee you that, actually. That's like a ludicrous thing to say. But in my opinion, there won't be anyone better than him. Like, he's an absolute magician with the ball. And one of my all-time favourite players again. And at left wing, you've probably guessed who it is by this stage, and it's Cristiano Ronaldo. This man, again, ever since he was I think he was also at Sporting, wasn't he? He was in the Portuguese leagues as well, and ever since he was in the Portuguese leagues, again, from Football Manager, I found Cristiano Ronaldo, and he used to turn into an amazing player in Football Manager. So I'd look for him on YouTube, and this is before he even joined Man United, and he used to do some of the most amazing things. And then he joined Man United, and he had a really bad first year or year and a half. And I don't know what happened, I don't know what changed, but he changed, and he become one of the best players in the world. Like, his shot is incredible, he's got pace, he's got strength, he's got tricks. He's like a complete player. Like, whereas Messi wouldn't do so good in certain positions, Ronaldo's the sort of player you can play anywhere on the field and he will tear it up. You know, I would say he's got a better all-round game than Lionel Messi. I still believe Messi's a better player, Messi's a better finisher, a better striker, but Cristiano Ronaldo has got a much better all-round purpose and a much better all-round game, and that's pretty much why I love him. You know, he's the sort of player, again, that I would pay a lot of good money to go and watch play. I've never seen him live, but I really, really want to go and see him play live, so I might be taking a trip to Spain in the next few months to go and watch Real Madrid play football. But this is my ultimate team, guys. Hopefully you enjoy it. Now, it's only got 83 chemistry, and that's with a manager and 2 extra chemistry points, and it's only got 71 chemistry without him. The biggest negative on this team is Nani with 2 chemistry, but there's no one else that I would rather have in that position. And of course, I could swap Henry and Nani around, and it boosts the chemistry. Oh, it does actually boost the chemistry. Yay! So yeah, because of the Portuguese links. Derp. So yeah, maybe we'll keep it like that and keep Henry on the right. But Henry doesn't play on the right, which is why I don't keep Henry on the right, because he plays on the left. But anyway, that is my ultimate team. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you enjoyed me talking a little bit about why these are my favourite players and why I've got them in this team. If you guys want to send me links to your ultimate teams, feel free, and maybe I'll showcase a few ultimate teams that you guys love, teams that don't necessarily care for chemistry, but your ultimate team because you love the players. If you guys want to send me those on YouTube, inbox them to me, that'd be awesome. But anyway, guys, this is going to be the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I realise this has been an exceptionally long video, but yeah, thanks for watching. And I'm gonna play a shooting for silverware with this team, because I haven't done that series in a long time, and I think it'll be a fitting way to use this team, just to win 1 trophy with them and then send them on their way. But as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate your support, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.